Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Jessica and today I'll be guiding you through a yoga with blocks practice. This is suitable for all levels and you will be needing 2 blocks for today's class. If you don't have blocks, that's perfectly okay. You can use a couple of thick books instead. We're going to begin today on our backs in supported bridge pose. So make your way there, take one of your blocks with you. Plant the soles of the feet to the mat and lift your hips up just enough to slide the blocks underneath your hips. Rest your palms down beside you and close down or soften your gaze. Start to bring some awareness to your breath. Breathe in and out through your nose. And just take a moment to arrive to your practice, to let yourself be fully present on the mat today. Set aside any thoughts to do with your day ahead or the day you've had so far, and just set them off to the side. They'll be there when you come back. Notice the parts of your body being supported by the ground beneath you. Take another deep breath in, full breath out. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze and extend your left leg out long. Reach through your heel, flex your toes towards the ceiling. And before you let your heel down, simply sway your heel from side to side like a pendulum. And then let your heel naturally come down to the mat. Keep pressing through your heel to extend it forward as you guide your right knee in towards your chest. Rebend your left leg. Let go of your right leg. Draw your left knee in towards you and extend your right foot out long. Reach through your heel and like a pendulum, sway your leg from side to side. And when you're ready, let your heel come back down to the mat. Keep flexing your toes towards the ceiling and pressing your heel forward as you draw your knee in towards your chest. Rebend your right leg. Let go of the hold of your left leg. Place your hands back down beside you. Press into your feet to lift your hips up and release the block from outside of your hips. With your block, place it in between your thighs at the smallest setting. Place your hands back down to the mat. Root down through your feet. Press into your heels and lift your hips up, bridge pose. Your hips might not lift as high as a traditional bridge pose. Keep squeezing the block together with your legs. Take an inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, reset. Flatten your lower back to the mat. Slowly lift your hips up, bridge pose. Take a full inhale, exhale, lower. Once more, just like this, continue squeezing. Inhale, press into your feet, lift up. Exhale, lower. Remove the block from in between your thighs. Give yourself a squeeze. And then start to rock and roll yourself up and down the length of your spine until you get enough momentum to rock yourself up and over into a tabletop position on hands and knees. Place the blocks underneath your palms so that your 3 middle fingers are pointing forward and your thumb and pinky finger are wrapping around the block. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, cat-cow. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, press the mat away from you, curl and round your spine. Inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Once more, inhale and exhale. Walk the block slightly in front of your shoulder, about an inch or so. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog with your hands on blocks. You can absolutely have a bend in your knees. Press your chest towards your thighs and reach your tailbone up nice and high towards the ceiling. Take a moment to pedal out your legs from side to side. Shift your hips. And then come back to stillness. Take a full breath in. Exhale, gaze forward, step forward to the top of your mat. Blocks can be placed on the highest setting. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift yourself up halfway. Place one of your blocks directly underneath your nose. Place your right hand on top of your block. Bend your right knee. And then inhale, reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Twist. Inhale and exhale. Switch sides. Place your left hand to the block. Bend your left leg. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Maybe you follow with your gaze. Take a full inhale. Exhale. Lower your hands back down. Place your hands on top of the blocks. Step your left foot towards the back of the mat. Runner's lunge. Frame your front foot with your blocks. Knee should be stacked over top of your ankle. Broaden through your shoulders, gaze ahead. From here, press into your blocks, make a dome with your back. Press into your blocks so much that your upper body starts to round. And then from here, you're going to squeeze your legs super, super hard and try to lift your front foot off of the mat. Pull your thigh in towards your chest. Exhale, lower your foot back down to the mat. Inhale, squeeze everything together to prepare. Exhale, lift. Take an inhale in position. Exhale, lower. Once more, just like this. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift. Lower your foot back down to the mat. Straighten your front leg. Shift your hips back. Wide-legged pyramid pose. Let your upper body fold forward. Hands can stay on the blocks or come down to the mat, your choice. And your back heel can be lifted for this variation. If your hips are starting to open up, shift your right hip bone back and your left forward. Inhale, gaze forward, rebend your front leg. Take one of your blocks in both hands, squeeze your legs together super hard. Frame your block with your palms, press into your block. Inhale, lift yourself up, high lunge. Tailbone reaches down towards your back heel. Try not to flare your rib cage open. Keep your rib cage tucked in. Squeeze through your core. Take an inhale, exhale. Start to tilt yourself forward ever so slowly. Hold here. 3, 2, 1. And lower the block down. Place your blocks to the lowest setting. Step back, downward facing dog. Take a moment to reset here. Take a full inhale. Exhale, gaze towards top of your mat. Step forward, fold. Blocks can come to the highest setting. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Place one of your blocks directly underneath your nose. Take your left hand to the block. Bend your left knee. Inhale, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Twist. Exhale, lower your hand back down. Right hand to the block. Bend your right knee. Inhale, lift your left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower. Frame your legs with your block. Step back with your right foot this time. Low runner's lunge. Knee is directly over your ankle. Use your blocks to press your hands into to lift your chest up and sink your hips low. From here, press into the blocks. Press away so much so you dome your upper back. Take an inhale, squeeze your legs together. Exhale, lift your front leg off of the mat. Exhale, lower. Inhale, squeeze your legs together. Lift up, press into your blocks. Exhale, lower. Once more, just like that. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift everything up. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower. Straighten your front leg, lift your hips up and back, wide-legged pyramid pose. Let your upper body fold forward any amount. Hands can stay on the blocks or you can move them down to the mat. Try to keep your hips square. Shift your left hip crease back, right hip crease forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend your front leg. Take one block in both of your hands at the longest setting. Squeeze the block with your hands. Squeeze your legs together. Inhale, lift up nice and tall, high lunge. Squeeze the block hard with your palms. Try to keep the bend out of your elbows. There can be a bend in your back leg if you notice that you're arching your spine too much. Keep length. Take an inhale. Exhale, start to tip forward, super, super slow. Hold at the diagonal for 3, 2, 1, and lower your arms back down. Place the blocks to the lowest setting. Step your foot back, downward facing dog. Lower your knees down to the mat. Walk your right block forward about an arm's length distance away and start to melt your chest down for a single arm puppy pose. Turn your chest open to the left to deepen the stretch in the side of your body. Your head will likely not come all the way down to the mat. And you can curl your spine and then curl and round your spine a few times, finding a bit of movement here. Almost like a cat-cow type of movement. Gaze forward, bring your block back in, and then extend your left hand, left block out forward. Melt your heart down, turn your body towards the right, and start to find those cat-cow-like movements with your spine again, or find stillness, whichever one feels better for you. Gaze forward, walk both blocks forward, melt your heart down, puppy pose with your hands on blocks. Your forehead might not come down to the mat, that's perfectly okay. If this is too much for your shoulders, you can always widen towards the edges of your mat, or you can bring your hands back down to the ground. With every breath, see if you can melt your chest closer to the ground. Lift yourself up. Walk your hands in towards you, big toes together, knees apart, child's pose. Let your forehead come down to the mat. In this variation, let your arms just relax down. Have a bend in your elbows. And try not to strain too much. Gaze forward. Walk your hands back in towards your body. Draw your knees in together. Shift your hips to one side and straighten your legs out in front of you. Grab a hold of your blocks. Place them next to your hips. Press your hands into the blocks. Lift up your chest. Roll your shoulders down and away from your ears. Flex your toes towards the ceiling. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, start to walk yourself forward into a fold. Knees can absolutely bend here to deepen the fold. Let your head relax down. Inhale, lift your gaze. Walk your hands back beside you. Place your feet to the mat. Pick up your hips and shift them closer towards your heels. Take your blocks and place them together so that it creates a long line, and place those underneath your knees. And then find your way onto your back for Shavasana. You may need to play around with the positioning of the blocks here. Allow your toes to fall outwards. Hands can rest down beside you, or one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Close down or soften your gaze. And take this time to notice the effects of your practice today. How does your body feel? How does your mind feel? Take a few moments of rest and silence to let it integrate into your body. Stay in this Shavasana for as long as you would like. If you'd like to come out of it with me, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Make circles with your wrists and your ankles. Then reach your arms up overhead for a nice big good morning stretch. Bend your knees. Roll yourself over to one side. Doesn't matter which side. And come into a little fetal position. Make a pillow with your arm. Tuck your legs in. And when you're ready, use your hands to press yourself up into a comfortable seat. Sit in any way that feels good for your body right now. And close down or soften your gaze. Roll your shoulders down and away from your ears. Lengthen through the back of your neck. And take a moment to come back to your breath again. Thank yourself for showing up today, for gifting yourself this time to practice. Draw your hands together towards heart center. We'll close with a releasing breath in through the nose. Side out the mouth. Bow forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today for this Yoga with Blocks class. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe for more. Thank you. Bye.